Hi guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here, my name is Shannon. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope by the end of the video you might consider subscribing, ringing the notification bell. I would love to see you here next time. Today's exciting, you guys. We are going to be talking about the new Kat Von D 10-year anniversary palette. So I tried to talk myself out of this, you guys, but I couldn't do it. As soon as it came into my Sephora, I literally stocked my Sephora every day from the 21st, which I believe is when it launched, up until the moment that I got it, because they didn't get it in right away. They had the highlighter and the liquid liner, neither of which I was really interested in for this particular collection. It was really all about the eyeshadow palette for me. And when it finally came in, I jumped. So I actually have it on my eyes today. This is the look that I came up with using kind of some of the oranges and the browns, and I just want to talk to you guys about it because I think this palette is really, really beautiful. So let's talk packaging first. It does come in this gold sort of unicarton, and it's really beautiful. It has the shade names listed on the back. The names are all after her muses that if you actually go to her YouTube, she did these really cool videos, all of her muses that this palette is sort of based around. She did an individual video on each muse, and I thought it was really, really interesting. And very, very cool, very well produced. It was just, they were really beautiful, honestly, and kind of inspiring. So check it out. Check out our channel if you're curious, but this is what the actual palette looks like. The artwork is, of course, her own artwork, and it is really, really stunning. Gold packaging with this sort of black and white, it is hard, as you can see, sort of picture on there, and then you get the whole thing here is a mirror, which is awesome. That has come in handy on so many occasions. And these are the colors in the palette. Now, I don't use any kind of adjustments. I just film off an iPhone 10. So these are what they are, and they're really, really stunning, really, really beautiful. So I'm gonna go ahead and swatch these out for you guys so you can kind of see what they look like on my skin tone. I'm a firm believer in, like, when I'm interested in a palette, I will swatch it to see what the shades look like on my skin tone, but it's not a indicator of how the shadows perform for me personally. Really, it's more about what those colors are gonna look like on my skin tone. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with the top row. The first shade is called Adele. I just have it sitting in front of me. I have no primer or anything like that on, so that is Adele. The second one is Malice. Now, I do find the mattes to not swatch as well as they actually perform on the eyes. That is something that I discovered in Sephora, actually. The third one is Ashley. And it's just an orange. I know it's kind of hard to see with my freckles. On the next go-round, I'll do it on this side of my arm. And then the next one is Gina, which is the mustard yellow. This shade is stunning. Really, really beautiful. Hard to see on my skin. Let me see if these will swatch better for you guys. Here, so that was the first one. There you go, you can see that much better, huh? The next one, which is Malice. Then we have Ashley. Gosh, that mustard, that peach and this mustard really get me. And then you have Gina. So those are the first four. And these are predominantly what I have on my lid today. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe these away. As you can see, this is a dry makeup wipe. I mean, they have pretty good with the whole swipe test. I'm gonna need some micellar water. To kind of remove. I am planning on going to dinner. I'm gonna have these stains on my arms. Okay. So to ensure that this is not wet, I'll just go ahead and switch to the other arm. So the first shimmer is called Egypt, and it's a really beautiful gold. It's a very yellow gold. So that is Egypt. Then we have Sylvia. I don't know if this will come out on my skin just because it's kind of a very pale, like a baby yellow sort of. Then we have Lala. I've also worked with the teals and the blues. Again, this is just no, I mean, it's dry, like no primer or nothing down. And then the next one is Lafar. This is the beautiful teal. Okay, so that's the next 4 and the remainder of that top row. So as you can see, you guys, these don't swatch incredibly. They're not super insane on the lid, and I've heard several people say that, but when I use the palette, they are typical Kat Von D. I mean, they're very, very dry, the mattes especially, but they perform beautifully. So I don't want that. I don't want you to go in store and swatch this and it deter you if it's something that you've been interested in, because they perform really, really beautifully. So I thought it was important to note that. Okay, the next one, make sure my hands are good and dry. Okay, the next one is Melanie. It's just a, like, blends into my skin, you guys. You probably can't see it, but it is literally like this color. The next one is Alexandra. It's kind of like a pinky gold duochrome. My lighting is awful, I'm sorry guys. The next one is also something I have on my lid today. It's called Nancy. Or I have that, yes, on my lid. The next one is Catherine. I haven't worked with this shade or this shade yet. So those are the next 4. Melanie is not showing up because it is literally the color of my skin. All right. Next up, we have Kelly, which is the blue-brown duochrome. That shade is stunning. I've worn that one. Look at that. Ugh. The next one is Sarah. It's a gray. These really do swatch rather poorly, you guys. I'm not kidding. I mean, they come out on the finger like insane. Then we have Carolyn. And then we have the beautiful blue, which is Chad. Look at that blue. So all in all, you guys, I have worked with this palette the past 2 days. I have used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 of the shadows. So I've used almost all of them, and you know, after swatching it in store, I'd already decided that this is a palette that I wanted. I do collect the Kat Von D palettes. I have Saint and Sinner, and you know, I have her Shade and Light Eye. Like, I love Kat Von D. I love her aesthetic. I love what she's about. So I knew regardless I was going to be picking this one up. But when I swatched it in store, I will say I was a bit nervous because they do, some of them do swatch really, really poorly, but they perform just like her shadows would typically perform. So, I mean, this is my first review, you guys. Obviously, it's not super in-depth or anything like that. I just wanted to show you the swatches. I wanted to be upfront and honest about that because I don't want the swatches to deter you. This palette is beautiful. It is really, really beautiful. This eye look is this palette. I mean, it's not like I had to build and build and build. It quite surprised me, actually. And then as far as total product, you get 16 shadows for a total of 1.7 grams. And each shadow is 0.6 ounces. So that is the new palette. I wanted to let you guys know and just let you know that I love it. I think it's beautiful. I would put my name on it. And so, yeah, I hope you guys found this helpful. I know it wasn't super in-depth or anything like that, but I just wanted to let you know. Obviously, Kat Von D doesn't know who I am. This is obviously not sponsored. So, I mean, I think it's, I would hope that you would think that this is a review that you could trust, you know, because I have nothing to lie about or hide. I overall, I think it's a beautiful palette. I much prefer it over Saint and Sinner, actually. And I think it's definitely, if you're a collector of makeup in general, I think this is definitely worth adding to your collection for sure. You know, congratulations to Kat Von D on 10 years. That is amazing. What an accomplishment. And yeah, if you guys have any other questions, just ask me down below. I can give you the first few ingredients too if you'd like. Talc is the first ingredient. There is mica in here as well. I know that's important to some people as well, and I can kind of, I don't know if you'll be able to see that. No, you're not going to be able to see it, but anyways, you guys, have a wonderful day. Any questions, let me know, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.